Good evening, Raja parents. This is Mr. Lawson up here in the office with our weekly parent preview. And as soon as I finish this video, I will also have the print version on our webpage and sent out via email. So we've got lots to tell you this week as we wrap up the first opening of school and launch into our first full week. Let's get started. First of all, I want to just remind everyone, be sure and be smart, do your part, and wear a mask. Join us as we want to keep everyone safe. We do still have Raja masks available in black and blue with the mascot, or you can get them similar to the other one that I wear each day, which has the logo written. We have them available. They're $10, and we have them up here in the front office. Also, we want to remind all of our parents that, of course, we have a change in our office hours at all of our schools. Our office is open Monday through Friday from 8 until noon. And then we're closed for lunch for all of the classified staff. And then following lunch, it's only available by appointment or phone. So we encourage you, please make plans so that we can keep everyone safe. Remember, when you come, it's one visitor per party that comes in. You'll check in at the very corner of the counter where our security agent is stationed. There are dots on the floor for social distancing that we ask everyone to stand on one of those circles. And he will be checking everyone in with our computer system so that we can keep everyone safe. Public health requires that we check everyone in and out as they enter and leave the building. So in the unforeseen circumstance that somebody was positive, we'd have to do contact tracing to make sure we could identify all those that come in contact. We hope that doesn't happen. We want everyone safe. So please wear that mask. We want to keep everyone COVID-free. Also, I'm posting the schedule, and let me remind everyone, because we have the 8-period day and we typically rotate so that instead of short classes, we have the longer chunks for our students. Monday is what we call A day. They'll have periods 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they repeat that same thing on Thursday. Tuesday is B day, where they have period 5, 6, 7, 8, and they repeat that on Friday. So Monday, Tuesday is AB, all 8 classes. Thursday, Friday, the same 8 classes over 2 days. On Wednesday, we do a midweek check-in to make sure kids are doing okay and reviewing what they've covered and learned Monday and Tuesday, launch some new instruction, and that's where we meet all 8 classes. So Wednesday is all 8 periods. They're a much shorter class period that day because all 8 of them, and we just want to check and make sure our students are learning and doing well. They have done a great job this week of checking in and getting started. Now, a reminder that as we have some of the missing textbooks arrive or workbooks that are printed, those we will have available, and we will call and let students know when they've arrived, and we will do an evening grab and go along the front parking lot, similar to what we do for meals. So I will let students know when we have that, and I have office staff that will help me, and we will do like a 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock grab and go. That way it's cooler weather, and I won't have students walking a long distance to school in the heat. I want them to be online for their learning and not miss class. So we'll make it available in the evenings. Hopefully parents will be off work and you can drive them here and we can do it quickly and safely. We will let you know when. Now, what's important is if you are a student that has books from last year, I need you to return those. Or if you've had a class change, we need you to return the ones you no longer need for those classes because we're short some titles. One of the problems with this pandemic is some of our textbook publishers, the schedule of getting things shipped across country from the publisher, that's taking time. And I know several of you as parents, when you've ordered things online or have deliveries, are experiencing the same thing, not just textbooks, it's everything. So we want to make sure we're helpful to all of our students. A reminder that all of our families that not our brand new first-time enrollees, you've already done your registration online. For all of our continuing families, you don't re-register. Now all those forms that you sign every year that are in the packets, last year for the first time, that was online. So from now until September 4th, the window is open so that you could go online on ParentView and update and sign all those forms. I want to remind you, especially seniors, mom and dad, look at that photo opt-out, because last year at the end of the year, there were a few seniors when it came time for the publications like in the newspaper or some of the local news media that were doing special publications of senior pictures to give them some shout-outs. They couldn't be involved because the parent had signed saying, no, I don't want my child's picture published, not realizing that it was that also. So make sure you read that and that it is what you're asking for, because we want to make sure everyone is clearly understanding that photo opt-out form. Also, I'm proud to tell you that our school qualifies, and the Department of Education and Agriculture and School Lunch Program has authorized our school to be 100% qualified for the community program, which means all of our students, all 2,000 plus students, now qualify for the lunch and breakfast program. They don't have to come and pay for their meal. They get that, all of them. It's 100%. Remember, we have meal service Monday morning from 7:30 to 10. Wednesday, they would get the same thing. So Monday, they pick up meals for Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, they pick up for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can do that at any school. So for some of our students that live closer to Hoover, Jefferson, all the other schools that are further away from us, because we have a large boundary, you can go to any of our schools to pick up your meals. At the same time, some of our high school students that live close to us, your younger brothers and sisters might go to one of the elementary schools that's further away. Mom and Dad, you don't have to go to every school. You can go to just one school, show the identification, and pick up the meals for all of your students all at one time. We want to try to help everyone stay safe and make this convenient. So thank you to our District Nutrition Services for making those adjustments. Also, I want to say thank you to everyone for being patient as we've had technology issues getting started with Zoom. The district made some big changes. I sent out to all of our students in emails, and I put it in my Google Classroom. I have a Google Classroom set up for all of the students, and I put the directions in there for what to do that should solve all of those problems. But I do have one request for all of our parents. Please make sure every teacher is insisting, and our district is insisting, we need students to, when they go on Zoom, they need to identify themselves with their full name. Not a name of their choice, not a nickname, but their full legal name that matches the attendance, because teachers don't know all their students yet since we just started. And so we need to have them log in with their full name, first name, last name, not a nickname, not a middle name, but the one that's on file that they registered with. That's how we allow them and enter them into the Zoom classroom. We've had some problems across the district and across the state where people are using other students' names to get in and then say some not very appropriate things. It is very important that we show integrity. And I'm asking all of our parents to help us to monitor that your son or daughter is using their full name and logging in appropriately. And we are identifying who those individuals are. Some of them are not even students. They're using an email of a friend and trying to get in and saying some not very nice things. I want to say thank you to the 90% of our students who have been so great with integrity and respect and who don't tolerate those kinds of inappropriate things. Thank you for being upstanding students. I'm proud of you. A few reminders. This week I posted on our webpage and all of our social media these flyers to all of our families that are involved in the advanced placement program. This is all the details and information to help you this year be successful. A lot of important information. So I just want to reassure parents that we're here for your student to be successful in advanced placement. Also, we have some special things happening to support our English learners and our special needs students. For our English learners, we have 2 paraeducators that are bilingual that are online helping our students that are English learners to be successful in their classrooms, and they will join some of those breakout groups on Zoom. And so they've been on the computer all day helping those students. We also have Miss Reese and Miss Rodriguez who are helping with reclassification for students that were tested in the spring, and we have a few that need to finish the listening or speaking portion of that test, and then we can do their reclassification. And last but not least, Miss Reese and Miss Rodriguez have a special setup of Zoom meetings that are just for our brand new students to English, our newcomer students, because we want them to be successful. And they're in some very challenging classes, but for them, there may be a challenge with the English and Spanish. So we are helping our students in all of those classes who may not have fluent English skills yet, and there are some very special tutorial supports for them. For our special education students, I want to reassure all of our parents we are scheduling throughout the year. We are scheduling for the full year already, mapping out each month all of their IEP meetings and their triennial assessments if those are due. We'll be printing that schedule out in the next week or so and notifying parents so that we can get the September meetings rolling and get those started. Teachers have access to the IEP at a glance for the students that they have in their classes so that they are aware of how to help students with the accommodations to support them. And all of our paraeducators are already starting on Zoom meetings in breakout groups to help them in small groups to be successful in their classes. I also want to remind you that the district is offering a very special parent training for our Special Education Parent Advisory Committee, and that is happening on this next week on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and it's called Learning from Home. I hope you'll tune in and join that live meeting. Also, I want to remind all of our families, attendance does matter, and I know a lot of parents have been emailing and students have been emailing, and that makes me feel even better. For students, instead of when they couldn't connect, instead of blowing it off and giving up, for them to email me and say, Mr. Lawson, help, I don't want to be marked absent. Rest assured, it may be still marked absent for now. We're going back on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday classes, and we're working our very quickly, as fast as we can, to fix some of those where students have emailed or done the assignment or tried to check in. We're fixing that attendance. It's taken a little while because keep in mind, just for our school, with 2,010 students times 8 classes, that's 16,000 periods of attendance. So when we have mistakes, it's taken a while to get through those. Believe me, it's not going to hurt you if you've been marked absent for a period Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. We're working on those. We're fixing them as fast as we can. And our 2 ladies in the attendance office really worked hard today, and I'm really appreciative of that. So just give us a little more time. We'll get there. Also, I want to remind all of our families, now this screen says Classroom Tutorial for Students. On the web page for the parent preview, where I put it in the printing part, not the broadcast, but the actual print written part, on that particular paragraph, I have the Google link. It's a 4-minute video, and you can go on, parents. It's a video for students or parents who are not familiar with how Google Classroom works. So I have that tutorial there for you, so you can click on the link and watch that at your own convenience. I also will be sharing in the next few days an iReady video for you. The district is offering a very special assessment for all grades, kindergarten through 12th grade, and it's an iReady diagnostic. This particular test helps us look at the standards that kids are taught in all grades, kindergarten through 12th grade, and it helps us to see which standards they've mastered and which ones they've lost, because as we all know, what we lost from March to June with the way school happened on a dime and facing the pandemic, we know that there's some lost learning that we need to address. So this assessment will help us see exactly where kids are. Then we'll give that assessment again at 2 important times during the year. So along the year, whether it be at the trimesters or semesters, it helps us to see how they're moving along and which areas we still need to focus on. Now, we're going to be giving that assessment in math and in reading. So we're going to be asking all of our students to do their best and not blow off the test. The important thing is that tells us what they already know and what they don't know and where we need to work. If they blow off the test and it shows they don't know something, and they really do, it's going to waste their time when we do tutorial or intervention or support. We don't want to spend time reteaching something they really know. We want to spend time working on what they don't. So this is not a test that tells that they got 100% correct or they missed 10. Instead, it's a way to measure their growth. So they will see a question, and if it's too hard, the next question will adjust. Then when that one gets too easy, the computer will adjust it again until they get a question that's just right, and it will help us identify that's where they're at academically. So when a question's too hard, we want them to make an educated guess, not just anything, but really look at it and try. And then the computer will adjust how hard or easy the question is until it finds exactly where they perform at an understanding level. I'll have more about that for you next week in our next broadcast. A reminder again, please be sure, type in IHS Rajas and it will take you to our webpage. Those red buttons at the top are a fast way to find information. And on the side, and if you don't have social media and you scroll to the bottom, you'll be able to follow our social media as well. I have everything you could imagine being posted on the webpage to try to give parents information. And I even put the parent preview in English, and then at the bottom it's in Spanish. So we want to make sure our parents are informed. Remember, these are being updated daily because we have more of our clubs and activities that are now creating accounts for students to be able to share. So we want you to be able to follow each of these groups. With that, I want to say again, thank you for this first 3 days back. You've helped us as we impart to all of our students the importance of positivity, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. Our kids showed determination by not giving up when the technology was a challenge. They showed integrity by saying, I'm going to persist and I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to be there. And when somebody Zoom bombed with an inappropriate comment, our kids stood up and said, that's not right. I am so proud of our kids. So thank you, parents, for helping to instill those tremendous values. With that, again, if you have questions, you're always welcome to email me. I will answer. Now, usually I answer that same evening, but I have to admit, just since Wednesday morning on the first day of school, as of 11 o'clock today on Friday, I've had 964 emails, not to mention text messages. So I'm a little bit behind. I'm going as quickly as I can. It's been a challenge, so I'm working at it. I cut those down today. I managed to only have about 150 to 200 left by the time I'm recording this video. So thank you for your patience. Instead of the next day, it's taking me more like 36 to 48 hours. But please don't stop it with your questions because I want to make sure we're helping you. With that, I want to remind everyone, stay healthy, stay helpful, stay calm, be safe, and we'll see everyone this next week. Have a great weekend.